What is up, guys? My name is Magic the Greatening, and today I got a fun deck tech for you. This deck's really fun to play with. It's red-green Metalwork Colossus Fling. This deck is all about ramping to get Metalwork Colossus and then just flinging them. And the great thing about Metalwork Colossus, you just sacrifice 2 artifacts and return them from the graveyard to your hand. It's perfect. Anyway, let's get into it. Playing 16 creatures, 4 of each. So let's just go ahead and do that right now. 4 copies of Inventor's Apprentice, 4 copies of Channeler Initiate, 4 copies of Architect of the Untamed, and 4 copies of Metalwork Colossus. Inventor's Apprentice is just a 1-drop. That's going to be a 2/3 because we're going to have artifacts out at all times. Channeler Initiate and Architect of the Untamed just kind of get us energy. Architect of the Untamed can get us 6/6 beasts, which we can fling at people. We have a few other things that get us energy in this deck, so don't worry about that. So Architect of the Untamed, you create a 6/6 beast. That's also another thing outside of Metalwork Colossus, and it's a 3-drop, so we can kind of fit on curve here. Let's get into the spells/artifacts. We need a lot of non-creature artifacts in this deck, so we're going to have to play some vehicles here. We're going to play 3 copies of Aethersphere Harvester and 4 copies of Cultivator's Caravan. Great 3-drops. One gives us lifelink, which is really important, and is flying, and can successfully block a Heart of Kiran. All those are super important. Also gets us energy, which could also be important. Cultivator's Caravan is just a vehicle that at first can be mana ramp for Metalwork Colossus, and then turn into a huge body later for us when we no longer need that. And it could be flung at people. So I don't see the bad thing with this. The last non-creature artifact we are playing is 3 copies of Key to the City. What I love doing, Key to the City, you discard a card, make Metalwork Colossus unblockable, hit the enemy for 10, and then you just fling them and hit them for 20. 20 in 1 turn. It's just perfect. I had to play 3 copies of Key to the City. Let's go to our spells here. We kind of needed some ramp and energy and removal. So I went 3 copies of Tune with Aether and 4 copies of Harness Lightning. Tune with Aether just gets a land, which is good, so we never miss a land drop, and gets us 2 energy. And Harness Lightning is just removal. I would like to have it where we don't use all 3 energy to kill a creature. I would like it for Architect of the Untamed. But, you know, you do what you do. And, of course, we're going to have our final spell here, 4 copies of Fling. So let's talk about what we can fling here. We can fling the Architect of the Untamed's Beast. We can fling Metalwork Colossus. We can fling Cultivator's Caravan. And that's it. Those 3 things right there we can fling. And Key to the City can make them unblockable. So you make it unblockable, hit them with that, and then fling it at their health. It's absolutely insane. It really is. The problem with this deck is obviously removal. The only thing we're playing with removal is Harnessed Lightning, which is kind of a no-brainer for us here because we have a slight energy theme. However, we are going to be playing some stuff in the sideboard here that is removal as well. All right, to the sideboards. So most of it is just going to be, removal. We need stuff to kill things. So we're going to play 4 copies of Biforce, 4 copies of Shock, 4 copies of Incendiary Flow, and then 3 copies of Magma Spray. It's just burn. It's all burn. It's all burn. And we kind of need that in this deck. It's all burn. we kind of need that in this deck. There's hardly any removal. I would probably just get rid of Inventor's Apprentice and Aethersphere Harvester, and then replace that with removal. Maybe you get, I don't think you want to get rid of Harvest Lightning. Maybe you get rid of a Tune with Aether. We'll see. We're playing 23 lands as well. So, yeah. That's our sideboard. That's our main deck. This deck for the main board will only cost you about $33, and the sideboard's about $5. So under $40, and this is a really fun deck to play with. Metalwork Colossus, I love this card so much. You can ramp into it pretty easily. I mean, Channeler Initiate is like the best ramp in Standard right now, as far as creatures tapping for mana. However, Aether Sphere Harvester, Cultivator's Caravan, excuse me, and Key to the City are all super, super good in getting it. I mean, Cultivator's Caravan, basically it just gets you 4 mana to it right away. You know, it's 3 for the mana cost, and they can tap for mana the turn it comes out, which could be important. So maybe you get 2 Cultivator Caravans out, all of a sudden your thing costs 8 less, and you just play a Metalwork Colossus for 3, or 2 if you have a Channel Initiate out. That's pretty good. And Aether Sphere Harvester, again, is also really good. I was saying that you take him out of the main board, but I don't think you want to do that. I think you kind of need that kind of thing. I know the Aether Sphere Harvester kind of seems bad, but he only needs to be crewed with 1. And that's like the really good part about him. Inventor's Apprentice, Channel Initiate, and Architect the Untamed can all crew Aether Sphere Harvester, which is perfect. Is red, green Fling. I was going to originally make it blue-red Fling with Electrostatic Pummeler and make it more, very, very more based on energy. Then I realized I needed green in the deck, and to make a budget deck with 3 colors is hard with the land base, and it just turned out all clunky. This works a lot better, yeah, because red can kill things for us and green can ramp us, and you know, that's all we kind of need in this deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.